All right, so I just tried to go live for the first time on TikTok, and it's making me go through some confirmation stuff before it'll allow me to do it. So I just want to make this right now because of what's happening tomorrow. Before I start with what's happening tomorrow, let's talk about what's been happening. So the market, my God, my God. So today, this morning, the market, pre-market was down like, if I remember, it was down like 250 or 260 points. But in total, it was the Dow was down 1,300 points. That's a freaking lot, right? You've heard of Black Monday. This was Orange Monday, right? And all of this is self-inflicted, right? None of this is the natural happenings of what was going on in the stock market. It started last week. If I'm not mistaken, it was on Thursday or was it on Friday? I think Thursday was the announcement. Friday, dude went on a golfing trip while your 401k, your accounts, your investments tanked. And so it's been tanking, right? Now, it hasn't just been tanking from this last couple of days. It's been a lead up to it. I think on February 19th, I think it was February 19th, that was when the market was at a high. So I'm not talking politics right now. I'm telling you what happened. Okay. I know that the market has been moving up steadily over the past few years. It hit a high on February 19th, meaning when someone took office on January 20th, they were given one of the strongest, most robust economies in the world, on the planet. Okay. And in those couple of months, we are now where we are, where your 401k could possibly be cut in half. That's unfortunate for people that are retired. It's unfortunate for everybody, right? Because no one wants to lose money. And I kind of mentioned people that are retired because if it was your plan, if it has been your thing that you're actually in the mode of planning for retirement this year, very soon, unfortunately, your investments are not what they were a few months ago. So things may be a little different for you. I hope it doesn't mean that you now have to extend your working life because of this. So now I jumped on here because tomorrow the China's tariffs go into effect for the U.S. and it is 34% on U.S. goods. 34. I'm not sure if they were being funny with the 34. Y'all figure that out for yourself. Or I don't know how they came up with their 34%, but if they do not back off, which I do not believe that China's going to back off, the administration, I'll say that, the administration is going to tack on an additional tariff for them on Wednesday. So it just means that it's just going to be an unsustainable war, a tariff war, and nobody wins with this. Nobody. If you have not figured out what a tariff is yet, please do some research, but I'll basically tell you what it means is, all right, I realized I got a little distracted when I was explaining what a tariff was, so I am telling you now, and I'm going to insert it, so it's going to look a little weird in the video, but let me tell you. So what a tariff is a tax that one government charges another government to import or export goods into the imported country. Right? So say, let's give an example of a car. If it costs, say, $25,000 to make a car in the country that produces that car, when they export that car and it's imported into the other country, that tax gets tacked on to the cost of that car. So instead of it being $25,000, it's now, let's put another $5,000 on it. So now it's $30,000 when it gets into the other country. That cost, the additional $5,000, gets passed on to the consumer, to the person that is buying it. The government doesn't pay for it. The company that made the car doesn't pay for it. The person, the consumer buying the product, pays for that cost. You are the consumer. That's what a tariff is. When companies make products, and the U.S. is not a manufacturing country. It is a service-driven country. We give services. That's it. We don't make stuff anymore, right? Even though we got the big three. Are they the big three anymore? They used to be. Auto industry, but they getting their butt kicked, right? Especially with Mr. I'm not going into this. I'm not going to go into this. But especially with EVs being pushed and particular ones being pushed, right? What do I need to say? I need to say I've talked to some folks that are considering selling. Do not sell. That is the worst thing you can do right now. If you sell right now, I'm sorry, let me say this in two ways. One, if you are considering selling after all of that gain, you still have some gains, and this is really not for long-term investing. If you want to take some money, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm especially not yours. I am a financial coach. I can tell you, give you some ideas about some things to do that would help you, that help benefit you financially, right? None of this is financial advice. I'm just talking. I just turned this camera on. That's all I'm doing, all right? So now, if you are in a position where you just want to secure your gains and you're not investing long term, secure your gains. Now, that's part of what's happening. That's part of why the market is going down like this. People, remember I said the market had been going up steadily. So those people want to lock in their gains. And as they see the value of those companies, the value of their stock going down, they want to be able to take that off the table and secure that money. Now, if you are in a position where you are long-term investing, this is where your money is made. It is made when the market is knocked down significantly and people run in and swoop up that stock at a discounted price. Now, if you had bought today, I'm sorry, let me do it this way. If you had bought on Thursday when the market tanked, right? What happened on Friday? It went down further. So that means that the new stock that you just bought just lost some value. And then this morning, it lost some value as well. Tomorrow, I believe that the market is going to tank, right? Because of the tariffs that go into place on tomorrow, as well as the retaliation of additional tariffs being put on Wednesday. So now, I don't know the bottom. I don't know when it's going to stop. And if anybody tells you they know, they're lying because they do not know. Nobody knows. I will say this. It is a good opportunity to dollar cost average in. So don't, like if you got a chunk of money sitting to the side, somebody gave me a call yesterday, said, listen, I got $17,000, where can I put it? Don't ask me that question because I'm not going to tell you. What I will tell you is if you see that when the entire market has just tanked, but you still see some companies that are maintaining their price level and they're solid companies, that is a good place to continue to look because those are the companies that are going to recover the fastest, okay? So you want to make sure that if you're buying, you want to buy solid companies, but you don't want to take a whole big old chunk of money and say, buy everything today. Don't do that. Buy a little bit. You got some on a discount, right? And then tomorrow, if it goes down some more, you buy some more, all right? So now you got an even further discount. Now you're lowering your overall cost for owning those shares. The reason you're doing this is potentially when the market does go back up, and it will, that you are putting yourself in a better position to make larger gains because you got it at a cheaper price. Now, I'm losing a lot of money, but I'm also a long-term investor. I trade as well. I am not suggesting that for anyone. What I am saying is that I'm getting hurt just as much as everybody else is getting hurt, right? But I have enough cushion that I'm not affected right now. I have money on the side where I'm not, looking to use that money right now. If you're just retiring, this is probably not a good time for you right now. If you are young, this is an excellent time for you to be able to build your portfolio in the hopes of later when the market does turn around that you will start to build wealth pretty fast that way. The amount of money that we've lost since the highs of February 19th is $11 trillion. I did not say million. I did not say billion. I said $11 trillion, right? Some big boys are going to make some money behind this. I hope that you get behind the big boys and put your money in places that are going to grow in value. When things have been knocked down this much, you know that they're going to grow in value. I just jumped on here to say this. One, don't panic, meaning don't sell, right? Don't sell right now. If you sell right now, you're locking in a loss. If you've got some money on the side, buy a little bit now. Your dollar cost averaging in. I would say don't look at your portfolio every day, every hour, every couple minutes. I'm looking at mine often, but that's because I'm working with people, and I am working with people in their portfolios as well as I am actively trading. I would also say don't just sit on the sidelines, right? And when I say that, I mean don't say, I'm not going to put any money in because I'm going to lose my money. Most people make their wealth when the market is down. This is when you make your money, okay? So don't sit it out. Put a little bit of money in at a time. Invest in good, solid companies, and you will be fine. That's all I got to say. You guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later.